Okay, so you want to own an OnlyFans agency. You picture it as simple. You find a few creators, you handle their marketing and their messages, you take a cut, and the money just rolls in while you sip coffee at your laptop. A talent agency for the internet age. Here's the problem. You are not really running a talent agency at all. You are running a marketing company bolted onto an overseas call center, wearing a talent agency costume. And the product you sell is not the creator. It is a fan's feeling that someone is finally listening to him. Understand that one sentence, and this entire strange business suddenly makes sense. To understand the agency, you first have to understand the platform underneath it, OnlyFans. The deal there is famously simple, and it has not changed since 2016. A fan pays, and OnlyFans keeps 20% of everything. Subscriptions, tips, pay-per-view, all of it. The creator keeps the other 80, and the scale is staggering. In its 2024 financial year, about $7.2 billion flowed across the platform. Over $5 billion of that was paid out to creators. There are more than 4 million creator accounts and over 370 million fans. It looks like an ocean of money that anyone can just walk into and scoop up. But that ocean is a mirage, and this is the single most important number in the entire business. The money is not spread out, it piles up. On OnlyFans, earnings follow a brutal power law. By the most cited estimate, the top 1% of creators earn about a third of all the money. The top 10% earn roughly 3/4 of it. And the median creator, the one right in the middle, makes only a couple $100s a month. So for an agency, the math is stark. You do not get rich by signing average creators. You get rich by manufacturing a top 10% creator, or you do not get rich at all. So here is the model, and it is the heart of everything. Follow a single dollar. Actually, follow 100. A fan spends $100 on a managed account. First, OnlyFans takes its 20% right off the top. That leaves $80. Now the agency takes its cut of that. And agency cuts are not small. They commonly run 30 to 50%, and some agencies take even more. So on that $100 spend, OnlyFans took 20, the agency took, say, 35, and the creator is left with around 45. Then out of her share, she still pays taxes and her own content costs. The person whose face is on the account often ends up with the smallest slice of all. So what is the agency actually doing to earn a cut that large? 3 things. The first is traffic. An OnlyFans page is a locked door in the middle of the desert. Nobody just stumbles onto it. So the agency's whole job is to build a highway to that door. They flood the free platforms, Reddit, X, TikTok, Instagram, with teasers and links all funneling toward the paywall. And they buy paid promotion on top. This is the marketing engine, and it runs every single day. Because the moment the traffic stops, the new fans stop and the entire machine starts to stall. The second thing is management, scheduling content, setting prices, handling the platform, keeping the page alive and posting. Ordinary back office work. But the third thing is where the real money hides, and it is the part almost nobody outside the industry understands. The inbox. On OnlyFans, the subscription is not the business. It is just the front door. The real revenue comes from what happens in the private messages, pay-per-view content, tips, and custom requests sold one by one directly to each fan. And on a managed account, the person actually sending you those messages is where the story takes a very strange turn. When you message a creator on a managed account, you are usually not talking to the creator. You are talking to a chatter. Often, an entire team of them, working in shifts around the clock. And they are frequently based overseas, in the Philippines, India, Pakistan, or Nigeria, paid as little as $2 or $3 an hour, or a small commission on what they sell. Their whole job is to become her. They learn her details, they remember your dog's name, they build a warm relationship, and they steadily sell you pay-per-view. The person in the photos might be fast asleep, while a stranger on another continent takes a turn at being her in your messages. And the chatter is not trying to squeeze a few dollars out of everyone. They are hunting for one specific kind of fan, the whale. Because on most accounts the money is wildly concentrated. A small handful of top-spending fans can generate the majority of an account's entire income. One obsessed customer might spend thousands of dollars in a single month, so the chatter's real mission is simple. Find the whale and never let him go. Make him feel special, make him feel seen, and keep him paying. Lose 2 or 3 whales in a bad month, and the account's revenue can simply fall off a cliff. Now here is the catch that nobody puts in the sales pitch. Fans do not stay. They churn, and they churn fast. A large share of subscribers cancel every single month. For smaller creators, estimates put monthly churn somewhere around 40 to 60%. Think about that. You can lose half of your paying fans in 30 days. So you're running on a treadmill, constantly refilling a bucket that is always leaking. Every fan who walks out has to be replaced with fresh traffic and fresh promotion, which costs time and money. Your marketing can never stop. The instant it does, revenue does not gently plateau. It collapses. And in 2025 and 2026, a new problem arrived. Everyone else figured this out too. The market is now flooded with agencies, all chasing the same finite pool of spending fans, and the same tiny number of creators actually worth managing. And here is the cruel irony. The exact same brutal power law that governs the creators also governs the agencies. A few large, established agencies capture most of the money. The vast majority are small. They struggle to sign anyone good, and most of them quietly fold within a year or two. Being late to a gold rush is just called digging. But the single biggest risk is one you do not control at all. The entire business sits on rented land. Every dollar depends on OnlyFans keeping its rules exactly as they are. And it has already shown that it can change them overnight. In August 2021, OnlyFans announced it would ban explicit content starting October 1st. The reason? Pressure from its banking and payment partners. For 6 days, every single agency and creator on Earth watched their entire business stare into the void. Then OnlyFans reversed the decision, saying it had secured assurances from the banks. The ban was gone. But the lesson was permanent. Your whole empire can be deleted by a meeting you were never invited to. And underneath all of it runs a current of friction that never goes away. This is an adult-adjacent cash-heavy business, and mainstream finance treats it as high risk. Everyday processors like Stripe and PayPal generally will not touch adult work at all. So you are pushed toward specialty payment providers with higher fees and constant chargeback risk, where a whale who suddenly regrets his spending can claw back months of payments in an afternoon. Your contracts with creators are messy and easy to dispute. Your chatters may be misclassified workers. And the whole labor model we just described is exactly the kind of thing that attracts lawyers and journalists, not investors. So run it through 2 years, the good year. You sign 2 creators who genuinely pop. Your chatters lock onto a handful of loyal whales. Your traffic engine hums, and 40% of a very large number turns out to be a very nice living. Now the realistic year. One of your 2 creators quits and takes her entire audience with her. A whale charges back 4 months of pay-per-view. A single OnlyFans policy tweak quietly halves your traffic overnight, and a reporter publishes an article with the headline, "Who is really texting me?" Same laptop. Same coffee. One of those years is the pitch deck. The other is the fine print. So should you own an OnlyFans agency? If you are honest about what it actually is, a marketing company bolted onto an overseas call center, renting its entire existence from a platform that can change the locks any given morning, then yes, there is real money in it. But be clear-eyed about what you would truly be selling. You are not selling intimacy. You are selling the illusion of it, produced at scale, in shifts, by strangers, and you are taking a cut of a fantasy that 2 other parties are already cutting into first. The product was never the creator. It was one lonely person's belief that, on the other side of the screen, someone was finally listening.